What's going on, everyone? I hope you all are doing absolutely fantastic. This right here is my no CO2, no filter shrimp generator tank, and at the time that I'm posting this video, it is now 365 days old. Yes, that's right. This tank is now a year old, so happy birthday to the shrimp generator. And today we are going to be doing some rescaping and making some pretty drastic changes, so let's get after it. Okay, so there is no denying that this tank has come an incredibly long way. Now, a little while back, I made a short video about this, but I had removed all of the aqua soil here. Here, let me just show you. I had removed all of the aqua soil in this middle section here. This used to just all be rotala, and you couldn't even see. It was just a blanket of rotala, and I had removed the aqua soil, trimmed back the plants in this section, and created like a little beach. And ultimately, what I want to do today is I want to make this beach section come all the way to this corner here, and then it'll just be a corner of sand, and then rotala and all the other plants in here just in the back. I think this is going to be a pretty divisive change. I think some people are not going to like it, but in my opinion, I think it's going to bring a lot of depth to the aquarium, and it's going to make it look more like a proper scape than just a mess of weeds, which, not that there's anything wrong with this just being a full-on jungle. I actually like both. But the bottom line is, I want to try something new. This aquarium has been like this for a while now, and I want to just move on to the next thing. So yeah, I made this sand change maybe like 2 weeks ago, and as you can see, that rotala is already starting to creep in. As you can see, yeah, like look at that. It's already starting to make its way onto the sand. As you can see, there's some hair grass growing in the sand as well. So yeah, that's insane. There's been a lot of growth since we've made this change. That's pretty cool. Alright, so first order of business is we have our scissors here. We have some shears and curved blades, curved scissors. Yeah. And we are going to trim down these plants as low as possible. Now, the reason why I'm not going to uproot them straight away is I have a good reason for it, and we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, let's cut down these plants as low as possible, and then we'll go from there. So obviously, before doing a procedure like this, I want to kind of shake everything, because obviously there's going to be shrimp all in and out of this jungle here, so we want to get them out. I don't want to harm any. All right, we trimmed a bunch of plants. Obviously, we still have a long way to go, but it's a lot shorter than it was. Currently, we're just kind of getting these trimmings out. I'm just shaking them real good just to make sure that there's no shrimp in there. But yeah, I'm just keeping them in this bucket of water here just in case we do pick up some shrimp, that we can go through this later. And I'm actually going to use these cuttings for another project. So, yep. But yeah, let's get back to trimming and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so we trimmed down the plants to as low as I possibly can without my hand cramping. Um, you know how it is when you're trying to get low and at an angle, it's kind of hard. But so the next step is I'm going to grab my gravel vac and I'm going to vacuum as much detritus as I can from this nutrient layer. As you can see, we have a lot of mulm on top of this aqua soil here, and this tank is very old and a lot of the aqua soil has actually broken down to the point where this is just like straight up dirt. So I'm going to gravel vac as much as I can through the plants here, get this top layer of detritus, and hopefully that'll make the uprooting process a lot cleaner. Here we go. So the plan is someday that I'm actually going to clean this cabinet, but that's a lie. All right, we just gravel vac, and I'm not gonna lie, that actually went a lot better than I thought it would. And the suction of the gravel vac was not strong enough to suck up shrimp. We did get shrimp stuck in the cylinder, but they were able to like swim out. So, and there was also a filter in the actual gravel vac itself. So now we're gonna move on to uprooting these plants right here, and hopefully it won't be as messy. Okay, so as you can see, that was a bit of a messy procedure. It didn't go as smoothly as I would have hoped, but right now I am adding some RO water here just to give us more to work with so I can get all of that aqua soil out of there, and then we can put some sand in there. So during that process, we actually uncovered a rock, which is kind of crazy. No idea where this came from. I don't even remember putting this in here. So our work here is pretty much done, but just as an extra measure of wanting to clear up this water as fast as possible, I went ahead and put a hang on the back filter. It doesn't look very pretty because it's on the front, but this will help clear up a lot of that particulate matter. So for those of you trying to clear in a gram of particulate matter as fast as possible, I highly recommend using polyester fiber. This really does help get all that dust out of the water. So yep, I'm just going to keep that in there, and I think within a couple hours to a day, this aquarium will look sparkly clean. What's going on, everyone? It is the next day and the dust is settled. We ran a hang on the back filter with some filter floss in there, got all of the particulate matter out of the water. It's cleared up, it looks good. But this is not turning out it's not turning out the way that I had anticipated. I sort of anticipated this really cool, you know, lower thirds attraction with the plants kind of coming over. And sure, maybe it'll grow in and look good, but the juxtaposition of the sand next to the aqua soil, I'm not a fan of it, especially considering that the sand takes up more than half at this point, rather than just a corner. I think it just looks kind of odd, and it's not playing out the way that I wanted to. So I think to counteract this and to make this look balanced again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim back this side, and we're going to put sand in the foreground here as well. And it'll just be a sand beach straight across the board, and I'm hoping that over time the plants will kind of grow back to the front, but we'll have that nice sand foreground. So I think, yeah, it's gonna be a pain, but I think I'm gonna be glad that I made that decision. So yeah, we have more work to do, so let's get after it. So I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't regret this a little bit. I'm having a little bit of post-scape clarity, if you will. Is that a term? I don't know. It is now. But anyway, anytime I escape something and go a little overboard, I always kind of regret it just a tad bit, just because arguably so it looked better before. Obviously, right now it's looking a little manhandled. There's a lot of cut marks everywhere where I was trimming the plants. But all that being said, I do think that this tank will prevail. I think it will come through, and I think the plants will grow back beautifully. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do really miss the old jungle look, and I really do miss the way it looked with the sand island in the center. It did look really cool. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. All that being said, I think this is gonna grow back. Mother Nature always has something in mind, and yeah, I'll keep you all updated. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.